congrats if you've made it to this video, because what I'm going to be laying out to you in this short video is explained in courses that are worth way over $1,000 out there, and I'd were to argue that this is arguably one of the most valuable YouTube videos that you will ever see on how to create a loyal customer base or a culture that buys anything you're ever going to create. Now, before we actually start, I suggest you close every other tab that you still have open. I suggest you get out your notepad so you can take notes and actually apply what it is that I'll be teaching to you in this video. And I don't want to waste your time, so let's just get straight to it. A vast majority of the business owners that I know, they are absolutely obsessed with landing new customers, with getting more leads, with landing more clients, and so on and so forth. However, contrary to what most people believe, the real price in business, it really isn't the customer. In all reality, the true prize in business is a customer for life. And that is the ultimate goal that everybody should be striving to achieve. And that is because the only thing that you ever truly own in business is the relationship with your customers. Everything else can be taken away. Ads change, platforms fade, and all kind of modern tactics, they all go away at some point. Have the relation with your customers. That is something tangible that can never be taken away from you. And logically, if your customers love you and they buy everything you're ever going to put out, it'll create a torrential down per sales for your business. Now, the question that remains is, how do we actually do this? So, in order to create that loyal customer base or culture, there are 3 things that you need to nail down, which I'll be laying out here in this video. The very first being is that you need to become a magnetic character. And when we look at any major movement in history, it doesn't really matter whether that's the Indian independence movement or the election of a new president every few years, the side that wins, the side that triumphs over the other, is always the one that inspired their people the most. And this holds true for any kind of major event in all of history. Because you gotta remember that people follow personalities and not faceless corporations. We humans, we feel way more connected to another human being than some kind of company that has no soul, no personality, no humor. So in order to have the most effective marketing efforts and campaigns, we need to form a unique personality that naturally draws people to us. The second thing we need to do is we need to find a tangible cause for our movement. And I really discovered something interesting recently, and it's that all the presidential candidates, doesn't matter whether it's Obama, Trump, Lincoln, Kennedy, Roosevelt, who triumphed over the other, they all stood for a bigger cause than themselves. For example, love or hate the guy, Donald Trump's Make America Great Again. That is a stellar example of this phenomenon. It makes people believe that by voting for him, they join a great movement, aka to make America great again. He stands for a cause that is bigger than himself. And the same must happen for your business. And the third thing that we need to do, which is arguably the most important step of all of these, is to have some kind of unique vehicle for prospects. And the reason this is because it doesn't matter what niche you're in. Your ideal prospects are already using some kind of vehicle. They've already chosen a vehicle that's supposed to get them towards their goal. A vehicle can be doing absolutely nothing about their problems as well. That is also a vehicle. A trader, for example, is already messing and trading with some kind of strategy that he's picked up, hoping it'll make him a fortune. Local business owners, they often market through newspapers, and coaches usually drive ads in order to get leads for their business. Those are the vehicles that these people are already using in order to get closer towards the goal that you're looking to achieve, whether that's make more money, get healthier, build better relationships, and so on. First of all, you need to understand which vehicle your prospects are in before they come to you. Are they doing absolutely nothing about their problems? Are they even aware that they have a problem? Or are they already working with a competitor of yours and a strategy which is probably worse than yours? Then you need to show them why their vehicle is fundamentally flawed. We need to show them why the vehicle that they're already in is never going to be able to get them towards their desired outcome. Now, this has to be genuine. You can't trash your competitors if their vehicles are genuinely good. What you can do is create an offer that is better than theirs and then have a fair comparison that makes it clear in your prospect's mind why they should go with you over anybody else. And finally, you need to introduce your prospect to that new vehicle that you've just made and how it will help your prospects achieve the particular goals that they have. Now, you don't have to reinvent the wheel and come up with a unique strategy that nobody in the industry has ever followed before. You can simply repackage what you do and present it in a different way. You can explain why it's better than the product or the service of your competitors if it is genuinely better. Because more often than not, people offer fairly similar products. There are many different ways that you can skin a cat. However, there are a few conventional methods that most people agree upon are the most useful, and that's why they're preached the most often. And you don't have to come up with an entirely new way to go about it. You just need to repackage what it is that you actually do differently from every single one of your competitors so your prospects know why they should go with you over everybody else. Like I already said though, if your product isn't superior to the product of your competitors, then I suggest you improve your offer first before you try to get it into the hands of your people. And that is because great marketing will get someone to buy once. However, a great offer, great service will get someone to buy again and become a customer for life. And that's why there is everything that you need to know in order to create a loyal culture that buys anything you ever put out. Now, of course, the devil's in the details. However, you now have everything that you need in order to build your own mass movement, to attract as many people to your offer as possible and to sell as many people and to win as many people over for your cause as you can. Now, with the information that I've given you in this video, actually do something about it. This right here is literally a game plan that might be able to position you as a category king in your industry if you just go ahead and apply it. The perfect example of someone who has applied this is someone called Russell Brunson. In case you don't know him, you can Google the guy Russell Brunson, ClickFunnels. You will find tons and tons of posts and videos about him, and essentially what he has done for his software company, ClickFunnels, is he has created a mass movement where people feel like that if they don't go with his solution, if they don't go with his software to build sales pages, they're absolutely screwed. And the same must happen for your offer if you want to become the category king of your industry. And this video is going to be your game plan to do just that. And if you found this helpful, you can feel free to leave a like, a comment, and of course follow so the algorithm can recommend you with all kinds of different videos that I have on this type of topic of how to scale and grow your business predictably and consistently. Hope this helps. You can feel free to leave a like I said, and see ya.